Hello, beautiful people. Hey guys, how are you? I just wanted to reach out to my crew and just give you a little bit of encouragement on today. Wanted to reach out to you and share a little something with you. I just want to just check in with you guys. How are you? How have you been? How have you really been? Um, Today I wanted to talk to you about forgiveness, which is a big word, forgiveness. And the reason I wanted to talk to you about this is because I think it's something that we all deal with in our life at one point or another. Even children have to deal with forgiveness, except the only difference between you, me, and a child is the fact that they actually forgive a whole lot faster. You ever seen a child that got in a fight on the playground with a friend and they may have even gotten a tussle? However, they're playing with that friend in the next 2 minutes after the fight or the argument. It's just amazing. Even the Bible tells us to come as children, humble ourselves as children. The reason I wanted to talk to you about this forgiveness is because I was listening to a message from Kieon Henderson. I absolutely love this pastor. And I oftentimes listen to him, one of his messages before I start my day. Now, the reason I wanted to talk to you about forgiveness is because it's something major, something that's been really, um, something that's been sitting with me for a minute. When you think forgiveness, tell me what you think about. Do you think about that ex-boyfriend? Do you think about that cousin twice removed that you ain't talked to in forever? Do you think about a parent or a child or a coworker? What do you think about? Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think about. I think about a couple of things. Um, the first thing I would say come to mind would be the guy that I was dating when he gave me HIV. That was a tough pill. And to be quite honest with you, I forgave him before I forgave myself. As crazy it may sound, I actually forgave him before I forgave myself. Um, Pastor Henderson said something super um, powerful that really stuck out with me, and he says that when we're dealing with forgiveness, you know how you have a wound, you may have gotten cut, and of course, if something touches it, or let's just say you started sweating and sweat got into the wound, it's gonna burn because it's an open wound, right? And I took some notes here, and he talked about forgiveness. He told us we needed to pack our wounds. Now, back in 2016, I had a surgery. I had a hysterectomy. For you ladies, you know what that is. And if it's some child under 18 and you're watching this video, ask your mama, as Sherry Shepherd would say. Now, because of my illness, the wound did not heal like it should. People with HIV tend to heal a little slower. And I ended up having to have a wound vac. And for those that don't know what a wound vac is something that it's like they take a sponge, and the sponge was about the size of like a sponge you literally clean your dishes with. So they take the sponge, they stick it inside the wound, and then they cover the wound with a really thin sheet of like plastic, almost like a band-aid. Well, when they cover it with that, there's a tube that sticks out of the wound, and it is connected to a machine. When you turn it on, it sounds just like a vacuum cleaner. So it literally sucks the wound from the inside out, and it holds it in place. And then while it's suctioning it, all of the other stuff goes into this little, well, neither here nor there. But the point I'm trying to make is because that wound was so deep, it had to be packed. Before I had the wound vac, they took 3 large rolls of gauze and packed the incision with it until I got my wound vac. And it had to be changed. It changed daily. And then the nurse would come weekly. So I would wear the wound vac, the sponge, for a whole week. The machine is constantly running all the time to hold it in place. Now, this wound had to be
addressed on a daily basis, just like Pastor Henderson said. Your wound has to be addressed daily. So you're packing your wound with prayer, and you pray over that wound daily. I thought this was so important, because when it comes to forgiveness, we don't always address it. We don't talk about it. They make you mad, they make you upset. Some people tend to go to Facebook or any social media platform and want to discuss it with other people and put you on blast, so to speak. But we don't address it. We don't pray over it. And a lot of times, most people don't even go back to the perpetrator, the person that actually caused them to get hurt in the first place. So let's think about it. And let's talk about it. Let me know what your comments are. Please, I want you to comment on this video, because I really want to know what your input is on this. Now, back to addressing the wound. In the natural, you take a cut that's really deep, you pack it, you have to address it daily. You have to redress, clean the wound up, right? So is physical, so is spiritual. So we need to pack the wound daily with prayer. And each time you address it, it gets better. It's easier to deal with. And with some situations, time is on your side. Because time and time again, you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to address this wound. You're going to have to address it with prayer. Something that I think I'm very good at is praying. If I can't do anything else, prayer I can do. And I found personally that the more I pray about a situation and address it, the easier it is to deal with. And I will say, while he was talking about this, I wanted to I just kind of took time to reevaluate my own life, and I wanted to see, well, God, if I left this earth right now, is there anyone or something that I have not addressed? And then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I think maybe there is one that I thought I had dealt with, and one that maybe I hadn't. So I say to you, in your brokenness, make sure that you address whatever it is that you need to address, because you don't want hell to be your home. You want to be able to go and see Jesus in peace. And pray over it. Learn to forgive, just like Jesus did. Now, some people say, let's forgive. They'll forgive you, but they won't forget. And maybe that is a good thing. Forgive them. Think about maybe what they did so that you don't fall back into the same trap. Or is that a good idea? Jesus took our sins and threw them into the sea of forgetfulness. So why is it that Christian people, I can only speak for Christians, why is it that it's so hard for us to forgive? You have people that sit in a pulpit that may have preached a sermon, and they always talk about the love of Jesus, but they can't forgive their brother. They can't forgive their sister or the person sitting right next to them. Do you really think you're going to go back and see Jesus? I want to know. I want to know what your thoughts is on that. But again, I just wanted to deal with this and just touch base with you real quickly. Just let you know that I love you. Give me some ideas. Tell me what it is you'd like to hear. How can I tell you, what can I tell you to help you understand the life of someone that's HIV positive? I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.